Tonight we are going to change out the ceiling fan in the living room, and we're going to install the Hunter Beacon Hill in here, probably just on a very temporary basis. I'm just curious to see how that fan would handle a room this size, because even though that fan is too small for this room, that fan is extremely above average in terms of performance. So we'll need a 3/4 inch rod, which we have right here, because the rod in the Princeton is only 1/2 inch. And then we'll need the fan itself. So we'll go in the other room and get it taken down now. Okay. I wonder if this thing is going to look like chrome in the living room as well. Why are the light bulbs slippery? That's kind of peculiar. And this thing has that dumb design where you have to take the whole switch housing off just to get the plates off. But this should still go relatively quickly compared to what it usually takes, because we're not dismantling the thing out of the box or putting putting blades on irons and so forth. Not that we're in any rush. I mean, this is not the channel you go to see things happen quickly. Everything is slow on here. That was weird. It's like only one screw is holding it in. Well, these are nice heavy shades. If there was a problem with the way they were in there, they would have fallen out by now, I'm sure. I forgot to get the wobbly stool. That's going to generate complaints. Just going to use a sturdy chair for now. That's the wrong bit anyways. These are nice magnetic bits. These are very good for working with ceiling fans. Probably going to take the Princeton and just move that into the bedroom, just so we can see how that behaves in a more appropriately sized room. We'll probably find it's not disappointing in here. And then we'll have to think of what to put in the two rooms next. I guess the next install in the living room will carry us through at least the beginning portion of Christmas. At some point, I think I want to see the Crest 8600 in there. Oh, we're not done yet. I wonder how this would look flush mounted without the light in there. Or not flush mounted, but you know, this rod, not the long one. Well, I guess we could try that too. Have to go get the box. Maybe when I get the box for the Princeton, I'll grab the box for this and we can check it. This is a really nice finish on these blades. You know, there is a strong possibility that a fan mounted high up in that room would work better in the wintertime for the heat reclamation. It is something that we should try just to find out, because although it sounds stupid and, you know, at first glance, maybe there should be a flush mount in there during the winter. Who knows? It's entirely possible. I don't know why I stopped using this for a while. I forgot how much easier it makes the whole process. That weather shield is filthy. Oh, there's only 2 screws on this. Easy enough. Okay, good. I was hoping this had long lead wires. I think it does. Yeah, that's got to be at least 24 inches. The room just loses so much character when there's no fan. You know what? I want to see it. I'm more interested now in seeing it with the same rod, but at the top of the room with no light. Let's try that configuration first. I think I know where the box is. Yeah, it's right there. It shouldn't be too bad to get to. High voltage. Murray Fias, squeak, hum, buzz, whatever. And there's the, where's the Princeton box? There it is. Okay, that's not too bad either. That's only semi-potentially catastrophic. Here's that cap that we need. It's already in pretty bad shape. That's unfortunate. It's all scratched up. That can just stay like that for tonight. That's fine. I think this is going to be a really good install. I like installs where they're just like totally incorrect or don't make any sense. And it's cold tonight, so this will give us a good idea of how well this reclaims the heat. Now this is a little more complicated than I thought to change over, because you got to move the guts of it over. You got to move the switches and everything. You know, I remember that now. I remember having to take all that out of the white one that I had to make the change. I used to change it to with and without light from time to time. There's all that junk on there. Looks like drywall dust. We'll just have to have no fan in here tonight, which is disappointing, but it's fine. I don't require a fan in here for the heating. We required a fan in the living room. Alright, so I want to minimize the downtime here because we will lose a degree per 5 or 10 minutes that the fan is off, and it's only 73 in here, so if it goes down much below that, it's going to start getting cold. So let's deal with this now. Okay, so this is the light only now, and these guts need to go into this. Now you can take this off and put a regular standard light, or you can take this whole plate off and put a two screw hunter style light. So you got a lot of options with this thing. See if I can put this back the way that Hunter always puts it with the little loop. I don't know why they do that, but that's the way these come, and they never come with a pull fob. Alright, so this is ready. Alright, I think we should be able to execute this pretty quickly now. Well, as quickly as I operate. This was a good fan in here. I like this. It looked very nice. It matched the lights good, and it looked like it's been here since the room was put together. This ladder was a great investment. I've used this many times to do these fan change outs in here. Wow, that thing is so stiff. It's probably already paid for itself. Because now otherwise on a night like this, freezing cold, I have to open a garage door, take everything out to get to the other ladder. No, not fun. This is much easier. I feel like this is a little sturdier too. '73. In a few minutes we'll have 72, 71, 70. Not good. Oh, these aren't. These aren't number 3. I think they're number 2. No, they are number 3. This is just a royal pain to undo these for some reason. I guess it's because you're working blindly. You can't see where the, where the screw head is. I feel like this gets more and more difficult every time I do it. Seriously? This can't be the right. No, it's not the right one. So number 2. This is what I thought. Okay, that was a little better. That was not good. '72. Lost a degree already. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to install this in the bedroom just for a test. This is really quite an annoying fan to install and uninstall. particularly in the area of attaching and detaching the blades. I can actually feel it getting cold on the floor already, and it's scorching hot up here. There's got to be a 15-degree temperature split already. Yeah, I'm not putting this in the bedroom. This is too annoying. We'll try it some other time, not right now. I'll pick a different fan for the bedroom. There's a particular Boston Harbor branded fan that might look good in the bedroom. Might look good in here. Might look good in the kitchen. $71. I would prefer not to take this down with the light assembled, but for the sake of not freezing the house out, I think I'm going to take it down with the light assembled. I don't think that those shades are adding much weight at all. They're not heavy. This is not a good angle. Not at all. I don't particularly like that either. I guess I should have taken the other side down first. Yeah, I can work it from here, but it's not great. This is really bad angle. that's fantastic. Now I'd like to loosen this and then put the ladder back to the other side. It'll be fine like that as long as we don't bump it at all. And that screw and washer is who the heck knows where. Probably have to wait till the morning to actually be able to see it, because, oh, wait a minute, there it is. The lighting's not very good in here. Not very bright anyways. I can put larger bulbs in these cans, but the bulbs are so expensive, I can't afford to just replace them all for no reason, so we're stuck with these until they all fail. Which will be a long time, because I don't use these lights very often because they cost a lot to operate. Why don't you put DELs? Because I don't like DELs and they give me a headache, so therefore I don't use them. It's not cool. That's exactly what we didn't want. Okay, the detachment was successful. Now we're left with another challenge of getting the wire disconnected. It is so hot up here. It's got to be at least 85 plus degrees up here. And this is where you actually can get a potential shock hazard, because the salt from the sweat on your skin will conduct the electricity. Okay. Gonna break. I can tell it's getting ready to break. Close call there. Very close call. All right, this becomes a problem for tomorrow morning.
Okay, we gotta keep moving here. Someday I will invest in a better medallion, because this one is kind of lousy. There's no bright light, so we'll just cover that one up for now. And the hooks are on the other side. This is going to be great to have for putting up the Christmas decorations too. You can get a lot of use out of that. It wasn't particularly cheap. I think that was over $100, but it'll get a lot of use. I think I've already got my money's worth out of it. It's reasonably sturdy too, surprisingly enough. It is so hot up here. the heck? What's the problem? This stupid medallion is causing trouble again. There we go. Well, I didn't bring up any extra morettes, so I guess we'll just connect the light even though there's nothing there, just so we can cover it up in case it gets unintentionally turned on. It is so hot up there. It's got to be upwards of 90 by now, because all the heat from that just I can feel the breeze. It just comes right up in the middle of the room. And then it just goes out the ceiling because the insulation is so bad. But that's a different story. I'm just going to leave the wires in the canopy. I think that is actually allowed, but this is only a short term. Well, I shouldn't say that. It might become a long term if it works good, I suppose. It's literally sweat dripping down my face at this point. It is just so hot in here. Well, only up at the ceiling. It's not at the floor. Shoot. This medallion is a problem. I'm gonna have to put so much force on that to get it to close. I have to flex the whole medallion up in order to get this to shut. I'm gonna reposition this so I can get a lot of force on it. Surprised it's still 71 in here. Usually the temperature goes down really quick once the fan is turned off. I hope I can actually apply enough force to get this to move into place. Applying about as much force as I possibly can at this angle. And it's not enough. This bit is too short. Let me try the longer bit. I got it. Phew, that took a lot of effort. Wow, that took a tremendous amount of force to get that in place. Wow. The medallion is a necessary evil in this particular install. The ceiling is so messed up that we can't go without it. Actually, I didn't even think about that. I was gonna do a, put that hugger in here. I don't know if I can now. That furry Mias, or whatever the heck it is. I don't think I can put that in there because the ceiling is messed up. I'd have to get like a flat medallion or something. Well, I guess that cancels that idea for now. I'll think about that. I mean, really, I need to just fix the ceiling. That's the correct solution, but that's not a project for the next couple days. That's a summer project. All right, we're gonna have the same problem on this side. I have to really force that canopy up to push that to push the medallion out of the way. Oh, no, it's not going to be a problem this time because the hooks have already done that work. Good enough. It's locked in place. Yep. Okay. Normally we'd be almost done, but because Hunter had to design this in some convoluted way, once we put the blades on, there's still several steps to go. Yeah, it's getting cold in this side of the house now. Really need to get this fan back on. Down to 68 in the kitchen. Ow, that was stupid. I always like to make sure these finishes stay as clean as possible because once they tarnish, that's it. We can't get these anymore. Do everything we can to keep them looking nice. Make sure these screws don't disappear. Screws are very good at that. Screw screws like to disappear. Okay, blades. No, that can do that as much as it wants as long as it doesn't roll off. If it rolls off, I will be angry. What is with these temperatures today? It was absolutely freezing outside earlier today, dealing with the Christmas lights, and now I'm sweating like it's the middle of summer again. And can't we just get something in the middle somewhere that's just pleasant? I guess maybe while I edit the video, the temperature at the computer will be moderately pleasant. As far as the camera is not overheating, usually it does when it's this hot. You know, funny enough, this doesn't look as chrome in here. It looks more brass. So maybe this is the same as the Summer Breeze, but the Summer Breeze looked more brass than chrome because the lighting in here. And this is even up against, you know, stuff that looks like normal yellow brass. That's very surprising. Yeah, it doesn't look that small. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Thought it looked very small in here, but it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm really surprised the camera hasn't overheated. I shouldn't speak too soon. It's got plenty of time to overheat still. Where is the top of that? Here it is. Nope, that's the wrong screw. This is the correct screw. That does not look small in here at all. I am very surprised by that. Wow, it's windy too. 70, we've lost 3 degrees. Okay, we're done. Is it hanging straight? Gotta find out now because we can't reach it once I put the ladder away. Yeah, looks like it. Oh yeah, nice heat coming down now. And it's a lot stronger than the Princeton is. Wow. I've only got 7% left on the battery. Got this done just in time. Well, this is an interesting install. I remember years ago, back when you actually would see decent fans in public, I remember seeing a lot of installs that were like this. You know, the fans are way too high off the ceiling, totally unreachable, just not correct, not the way it should be. And I kind of grew to like those installs over the years. Just something about them is kind of interesting. So as much as I prefer to have the fan set up properly with the right down rod length and so forth in here, it is interesting to replicate an install like that where this is really not correct. And surprisingly, this looks decent. I thought this would look tiny and totally out of place, but it holds its own in terms of you know, cosmetic presence. It doesn't even look like a small 42-inch fan. I am really surprised. I guess because the blades are dark, maybe, I don't know. Well, that's interesting. Now, unlike the Dayton, this is so high that it is still visible through most parts of the room because it's above. What I was trying to say before the camera rudely overheated with 4% battery left is that this is high enough that it's still visible on top of the beams, whereas I think the problem with the Dayton was that it kind of hung at an odd, like, 1.5 foot height, you know, down from the ceiling where it got blocked by the beams. So, like, this is an extremity, but it works because it's above the beams. Yeah, this is really interesting. I don't totally dislike it. There's something I very much like about this. You know, I thought about you know, maybe a Crompton Greaves up here. That's a very high-hanging fan, or the one that's in the computer or the media room, the SMC. What is that one? Is that a Laguna? I don't know. Whatever that one is, the little 36-inch spinner. There's a bunch of small fans I had thought about to try in here that all hang high up. Now that I see how this one is, of course, we also got to get the ladder out of the way. That's going to make a big difference too. But I think that those are all viable options after seeing this. So, well, tomorrow I will film a more proper video of this during the day, and at night we'll show it at all different angles, and we'll assess the performance. But I can already tell this does not disappoint in the performance department.